my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So it is Thursday. I wanted to call it Tackle It Thursday because that's what I did, a bunch of different things. Plus I have some stuff that needs put away, and that's what I'm going to focus on so that I can make all those pillow covers, those 4 pillow covers I need that I showed you over in my tour earlier in the week. Anyway, so let's look at a few things. First, this will be done for me to use this Halloween. I am up here. I had to unpick a section here. I had to unpick a section down there, which I did, and now I'm just praying. I don't want to even check. I'm just praying that I have this correct. I think I do, but it's like I don't even want to check. I'll just fuss with it when I get there if there's a problem. So anyways, I have the center of this, and then where the needle minder is, there's like a candy and a little star. So those are the 2 things. Then I can set it, and I'm going to use one of the Kimberly Jolly's videos over at the Fat Quarter Shop to wrap it. I'm not going to do a little quilt this time. I'm going to try wrapping it around a board, and then putting it onto a heavier board that I got from them. So I'm going to try that out because I think that will be pretty. Okay, so let's get together. I had that in the title of the video. So what is that about? The Harrisonburg event at the Virginia Quilt Museum in Dayton, Virginia, which is just a couple miles down the road from Harrisonburg where the museum was. They moved this summer to a new location, and I've showed you that in the past. So on November 16th of this year, we're going to have a get together from 1 to 4 where Wendy, Shepherd, and I will be there. We hosted the Quilt Along for the Harrisonburg Quilt, which was a fundraiser for the museum, and you did a fabulous job. And we're going to spend the first, at the most 30 minutes chatting with all of you in kind of a talk. We'll do a talk with Wendy, myself, and Alicia, the museum director. So we'll talk a little bit about the quilt, and there's the original quilt that this was inspired by that's in the museum collection. And then you can go see the exhibit of the Harrisonburg quilts by you. And some of the people who made the quilts we're hoping will be able to be there, so you can actually talk to them as well. That will be super fun. So that is something you need to register for. It is free if you're a museum member. You just need to register so she knows how many people are coming. And then if you are not a museum member, just join and be a member, because otherwise you have to pay $10. But you might as well just join the museum and support the Quilt Museum. So I am very excited about that event and hope that you show up on November 16th, and I get to see you, get to meet you. We'll take pictures. Okay, another thing is a reminder, if you like getting my email notices, the company that I'm using is closed at the end of this month. August 30th is their last day, and so I'm now using a free service. It's free to me, free to you. Yes, there are ads in it, which there's no free lunch, so that's just the way it is. But the email seems to go out in the evening, and for a few people it went out the next day, and that's just the way newsletters sometimes are, and particularly free ones. It has to do with not being considered spam. Sometimes they filter things so that not so many emails go at once to a particular location, and they don't get marked as spam by that service provider. So there's a lot of back stuff that goes on with sending large amounts of emails out so that they're not flagged and you actually get the email. So there is a link in the description box below. There's links at my website, I Love to Make Quilts, where you can go sign up to get a notice of the new articles, which are generally Mondays if I'm doing a video, and Wednesdays. So okay, so there's that. The Halloween web, it's on the calendar. I'm not working on that right now because I'm working on pears, which so here is the board of pears. I showed you pears yesterday, but here is the last ones that I'm working on. So fun. Okay. And let's see, what I need to do is clear these bins. And if you want to sort of, grab a bin yourself that you need to do, or take a step back and look actually at your environment and see what it is you have around and is it functioning in those spots. So first let's look at what I want to tackle. So what I need to do is, because this is making me nuts, so I need to get all three. There's three. See back here, the roar, they need to go somewhere else in one of the other bins. This is all stuff that needs put away. This is the project, that project. There it is, that one. That needs its own bin, not this box sitting up here. These are banners that I want to do. Something that came in. Do you use these? I never had one. So, yeah, really, after all this time, I'm getting a spray bottle. These could be addressed, but I could leave them. But the places these need to go are over there. Let's take a look. I have 5 bins here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, 6. These need to now be current projects. Instead, I have things like older fabric. Like this is really just not the place for that stuff. Older stuff. This is the web project that, because I put the pairs in, this will be rebooted soon. This is Block Wednesday. So these two are okay. These two. The other 4, those things over there need to come here. All of that needs to go somewhere. So those are the things I want to go through, get them put up. I think some of those things there I'm going to show you here in a minute. But before I show you that, the other thing is, here is stuff for the pillowcases. I think I have, there's 4. So this is the back of the animals. This is the back of the sailboat. This is the back of, this is the same for the front. And then the gingham is going to be used front and back. So I've got 4 of those pillows. I want to just quilt loosely, like with straight, probably the wave stitch lines, each of the fronts, and they're not big, so that won't take real long, but I've got to cut everything and measure everything, blah, 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 blah. So I got all that to do. The other thing that, wait, I got something in my eye. Okay. It's probably still there. So the other thing is I wanted to show you the lemon chiffon, and on the wall is the piece and quilt that I have to sew that second row all together, and then I have those 2 little ones, those 2 little blocks there that I sew together. So that's up on the wall, but I'm going to put the lemon chiffon up there and show you those so you can take a look. So I'm keeping them down here. That's in this little pink cart. That's where I'm keeping the lemon chiffon blocks. So I'm sewing them in 4 units of 4. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sewn, and those that I just showed you are here. And you can see, look at this. This cracks me up so much. Oh my goodness. And here's some other fun fabric that you sent me. There's lots of the fabrics you sent me. Look at that macaroni and cheese. That cracks me up. This is like a sheep and instant lunch. There's lots of stuff. This is a quilt that's from the quilt hanging in the living room on the wall. Look at that. It's something I had. So yeah, so I've got this, and it's look how pretty it is. I am going to start keeping it lighter, less of these colors, these muted down ones. So I have a few, that's fine. So from now on though, I'm going to go with all those lighter ones rather than having the darker pops in there. And then I'll be able to arrange these 4 blocks all over the place. So 4 at a time is easier to hold. Here, let me grab one. So you can see, yeah. So that is, that's a little easier to work with on the wall. So, okay, so there they are. I'm really loving it, but I do want to make that change and have really the brighter yellows. That's kind of what I'm going for, and take out those. Well, I'm not going to take out what's in there, but the duller ones, there's enough of them in there now that when I move those blocks around to finish it, it'll just be part of the whole story. So I'm not gonna have a big issue with that. But I really love how it's coming about. Okay, let's look at these goodies that I have here. Always some goodies, right? So I don't know. I have never used a spray bottle for stuff. I always just use the steam in the iron, and I thought I would try it. So I got a spray bottle. If you love your spray bottles, tell me in the comments how you use it. Do you miss the seam a little bit and then press? Do you use it for other things? Do you use it for your starch? Tell me. So So there are lots of different spray bottles on the market. I just ended up getting this one. Don't know if it's gonna, we'll see how it is. It had good reviews. So, okay, I was ordering some things and saw this, which might be perfect with this guy, right? So this is what I'm thinking, that I will wrap it and then put this behind on the second wrap, so it'll be doubled, so it'll be layered. Unless I end up for this one, I may end up just making a little quilt and using this and making it as a little quilt, because one of the things about putting it on the board is that Halloween is kind of a shorter thing. Maybe I'll use the board for something that's a little longer, that I could keep like for spring, you know, like winter into spring or long spring, whatever. So we'll see. We'll see. So I have that. Now I got the Liberty fabric. Now these are Liberty of London design, a license to Riley Blake, and it's in the cottons, not in the Tana lawn, which is that silky, you know, really fine fabric. This is their cottons. But I think it looks so cute. I'm a sucker, just a total sucker for Christmas and Halloween, any holiday. Deck the halls. And so you've got the sweet little houses, and there's not a lot of pieces in the line, so in order to fill out the layer cakes, you get a lot of great repeats. But I think a layer cake quilt would be so cool. Of course, you've got some directional fabrics, but pick something that I can, you know, easily deal with the directional fabrics. That's cool. So the Liberty of London designs, I've just always loved how they look. And when we do London Town, we're going to be starting London Town. When we do London Town, I'm going to take my stash of Liberty Tawn and add them into what I have. So that'll be kind of fun to do. This has text on it. There you go. See? So fun. I love the text. And then a bunch of presents. And then on blue, oh, there's the lights and baubles, all in navy, and then kind of a light blue. It's not aqua. It's really, you know, kind of light wintry blue, and then text for that. And then, oh, aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty on the white and blue? Oh, pink. Add a little pink in here, of course, and the little starburst. Oh, look at this one. That's like that's pink as well, pinks and blue. Love that. And then the candies again in the more pastels, the baubles, and the lights. Oh, there's one more. Is it the presents? Yeah, the presents on that blue. So there we go. So that is super. I love it. Deck the halls. Okay, so I got another piece of fabric that I saw. It's not from that line. It's another Christmas piece. This is from Christmas is in Town from Sandy Gervais. But it's got the little camper. Look at the happy holiday, the little camper. Oh, and I have a nice little collection of Christmas things. Someday I'll have to sort of play with them in a particular form, you know, put a bunch of the novelty prints and do something with. It'll be fun. That will be fun. Okay, what else do I have over here? I have a bunch of books, but I don't want to show, I'm not going to do the books right now. And a bunch of patterns. So here are the plaques. Here are some of the plaques for the cross stitch. So you can, you just basically, you layer them on the sticky boards, and then you hot glue the sticky board onto here. And they're wooden plaques, and this one hangs on the wall. And I think the other one I got on white. And the white one, it's on white, it's still wrapped. I didn't even get it unwrapped. Okay, so this one is a little smaller, and this part up here is a stand. So it's got a way, so you can, I think that's a stand. Yeah, wooden easel. So that's the easel stand. So that is nice to stand it up, which is kind of what I'm going for, but this is a little bit smaller. So I'm going to look and see what I can do with those. Okay, so the let's look one of the Fat Quarter Clubs. I have a bunch of them that I need to disperse the fabrics into my bins. Yeah, I need to do that. But let's take a look at this one because it is aqua teals. And there's always a super variety on these. This is a club. And then sometimes there are extras that you can go and pick up. And the colors, and there's always this sheet that comes with it that tells you what they all are. So if you see one of these as a fat quarter and you're like, that would be perfect for a border or perfect for something else, but I need more of it, then they give you that. Oh, look at the plaid. So I'm just going to open it like this because I think that that works a little better. And we'll scroll in a bit so you can see it. So this is the type of fabrics that come in. So if there's a range often, and it's also a color range. So you've got from lighter to darker in this bundle. So if you have a color that you need to beef up what you have, like I really could beef up purples, as you see from the critter quilt. I don't really have a lot of purples. So this is gorgeous. So you can see how this is much more greeny, green on that paisley. There we go. Look at the little, those are pretty. Kind of little sweet. So you've got things that have a very packed look to it and then more open. And then here's one that's definitely leans, this is more green teal, and it's got a high contrast print with that white. This would be like a gorgeous border or a backing. Look at this. Love that. Love that. Those sort of ferny looking, yeah, lined things, draw flowers, lined things. Okay, Pat. This is so pretty. Looks kind of 30s inspired. And a repeat, like a basic, those will work really good. They go in the quilts really good. Oh, another one that's kind of 30s inspired. So pretty. Delicate. Leaning a little bit more towards the greens. Look at the big floral. Yes. Oh, so awesome. So awesome. And then this looks like it might be the same line. I don't know. Yeah, it probably is. Probably the same line. So we've got two different scales. And then this, I love this kind of thing too, where these tiny little designs and they're scattery. They're not, all even, Steven. And then one that's on light. Is that it? Yeah, that's the end of it. So these are all super, super, super. And each month there's a different color scheme. So that is awesome. Love it. Okay, so the other things I have in there are books. I'm not really going to do the books right now. I think that those have to be moved to another spot. So books and some patterns, and Fat Quarter Shop will send me all their new patterns and all their, so for cross stitch and for quilting, so that I have them in case I want to use them. So they're very, very good about working with me on that. Okay. What I need to do now is the rest of my day for this kind of tell me what I could call it. Tackle it Thursday. We've got to tackle it Tuesday. But sometimes I don't tackle things on Tuesday. I'm going to have it start on Thursday and work through the weekend on different stuff. Well, probably not work through the weekend, but that's the concept. So I need to get those 4 bins that are on that white shelf over there dispersed, figure out what to do with them, and then definitely taking the hometown, this guy here, because I need to have it accessible. Oh, there we go. So this is this guy. So I need to have the pattern and the fabrics out, because I think I might challenge myself to work on the alphabet, and that way I'll do the alphabet. The quilt is quite large, and so I may end up doing the alphabet and then doing something else with those. Maybe using some of the images from here and making something a slightly smaller size. This is 93 by 98, which is, bigger than I want. But once I have the alphabet done, I can play around and put some images with it and decide. I mean, I kind of love the house and the trees down there, but I have to have it out. It has to be out of this box so that I can get to it. So that's a huge, huge thing. So if you are interested, link is below in the description box to get this. You can get this the pattern, or you can get the whole kit, which has these are more Christmas oriented fabrics, but you wouldn't have, you don't have to. You could switch out anything that feels too Christmassy for something else. Like there's a green with a Christmas text, you could just switch that out. Anyway, if you don't want it to feel Christmassy, which I probably will not. I probably won't, because I'm not going to do all that holly. I might do a few of those here and there. That's why I'll use the components of it, but redesign the layout, kind of like I did the Quilted Witch. But nothing on any kind of schedule. I probably should build a project page for this so that at least you can see my progress. So maybe I'll work on doing that as well. Okay, my friend. Those are my tasks. Whatever you have, tell me in the description box here. Tell me what kind of project you need to kind of work on. Do you have bins like I do? Do you have things you have to shuffle around so that you can get your little breathing space again? Let me know. And then I also have all these different things I want to work on sewing, and the pillowcases. So okay, so I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.